Hi guys, welcome back. Hope you're all doing well. Hi Jokey, good to see you. So yeah, we are back in Phantasy Star III. We are hoping to finish Phantasy Star III. Yeah, good to see everyone. Hope you all had a good week so far. You know this music. You do know this music. Did you see what I did there? Hey Richard, good to see you. Yeah, it turns out Blueburst is basically just full of Phantasy Star III music, basically. So yeah, last time we beat the first boss in this dungeon, and there's another dungeon after this that leads to the final boss. Now, I wasn't sure whether to go back and heal up or whether to just run for the boss. I think I'm just going to go for the boss, because I've looked at the next dungeon. It doesn't look too bad to get through in terms of the route. I don't know what the enemies are like, but honestly, it's such a pain to get back to a town from here. I kind of feel I'd be in no better position than I am now. So I think I'm just going to beeline for the boss. Pick up a few boxes on the way. It's been funny pointing out the musical references in every game so far. It has, yeah. I'm sure that'll continue in 4 as well. Speaking of 4, if we do finish this today, assume we don't just get walled by Dark Force, we will be starting Phantasy Star IV as well. So that being said, let's get this map of the dungeon up so I know where I'm going. Let's also move that out of the way of the chat so I can actually see chat, because that would help. Yeah, I'm hoping so, Swamp Witch. I've got like a final boss of Phantasy Star III to do. If we can beat that, then I'm hopefully going to move on to 4. Okay, so this is the final dungeon. Haven't had internet problems in the last few days, and until the stream started, had no problems today. So there's clearly something where when I start streaming, your internet just says no. I hope you guys sorted though. Because handily, the first 2 boxes are right here. We've got a Lacon ML. No idea what that is. No idea if it's useful. And there's another box down here with a Laconium helm. Chris already has a Laconium helm. I don't think anyone can use that, so that's cool. So funny how the localization took liberties back in the day. Yeah, I guess part of it is they're working with like limited text space, but yeah. I've got no idea how hard the enemies are going to be here. Okay, so the one on the right does a lot of damage. They remind me a bit of those dinosaur enemies. One of them did 12 damage and the other one did 92. What I have done as well is I've got a lot of tri-mates with me as well, so I'm hoping I can do most of my healing in this dungeon with mates instead, just to try and preserve TP a bit. Just seems like a good idea. Maybe it's a rare enemy doing more damage first time in series, maybe. I imagine probably not, but... Okay, so... I need to take the 1, 2, 3rd exit down from here. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3. You'll have to bear with me to get through this, because this is a massive dungeon. And there is one route through the whole thing. So then I need to go right. 1, 2, 3. I mean, I expected the enemies in the last dungeon to be at least remotely difficult, so... Cries in Rare Great Aura, Phantasy Star Zero, Gorongos. Yeah, they were really rough. Why do other human enemies get feet and these guys don't? Maybe it's only once they get to like a certain level and they're allowed to have feet. Yeah, I can already sense that this is going to be a fairly rough dungeon. ML's a female shield. They're drawn like a gauntlet or bracer in the Phantasy Star II manual, I think. Okay. I think now you've said that, yeah, I think it was similar in Phantasy Star II as well, I think. I don't think I'm using shields on anyone though at the minute, so... Okay, so we're going to go another 2 squares along. So to here, then up 1, 2, 3. Well, basically up until I can't go any further north. Huge experience numbers, yet Kara is eternally stuck at level 3. Yeah, I'm not liking the enemies here, they actually hurt. So, probably one of the first times in the game things have actually hurt. Apart from those dinosaurs in Iridia. That was a sorcerer, it was a sorcerer. There you go, Kara got a level. Finally. God, yeah, we have to heal after basically every fight. Actually, do we have any diamonds left instead? I'd rather use those first. Yeah, I'm just wondering... We could potentially give Kara that shield. A YouTube trick track, it came in 2 parts. Part 1 I recognised maybe 30%, part 2 is like 100% remixes of Phantasy Star 1 and 2. Yep. It's pretty much the same for the temple music from PSO as well. And the creative music in Ep 4. Okay, who has the ML or whatever it was called? Who has stolen that? There's a royal ML there. I wonder if that's better. Because really, Kara doesn't do a whole lot of damage. I haven't said that even if she uses a shield. I mean, how much extra defense will that give her? Let's see. Oh, she can't use that. Okay. Maybe she just have to go 2 slices then. Okay, so from here I need to go right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We are getting tons of experience and money, but it's kind of not much of a benefit at this point in the game. Experience maybe might help a little bit. Okay, so then north 1 and right 2. Yeah, it's these ones. These ones on the left, the damage seems all over the place. Yeah, the difficulty is definitely ramped up in this dungeon for sure. You need to definitely use a timeout. And then go on. You can use a rest on yourself just to get a bit of a heal. Okay, so we'll go here and then down one. Cross one. And from here there's a few boxes I can go for, or I can go straight for the boss. So what is in the boxes? Let's have a look. Okay, so there's a royal gear, which I'm assuming is headgear for Ren. There's a moon dew and a star mist. Star mist is a bit of a D2 to get. The moon dew might be worth getting just in case I need to try and revive someone. And the royal gear is probably worth getting, and they're very near each other. Okay. Yeah, so I think we go across one. And take 4 down. I like how they always put a few little enemies in the front as well, just so you can't immediately go for the ones at the back. I know Ren can shoot them, obviously, but my heavy hitters like Chris and Mew, they're kind of stuck attacking the little enemies at the front, which kind of sucks. If it wants to give me that fight more often, that's fine. I can go with that one. Okay, so that's one more down, and then should be across from here, there should be a chest. It does kind of feel like the enemies either do all the damage or nothing. They have red weapons. Maybe that's what it is. Okay, so that's for the moon dew. So that might be useful for the fight. So I do have a few trimates left. I think honestly when everyone's a bit beaten up like this, it probably is worth using a Garesta here. And to be honest, it's only costing us 5 TP. Mew's probably going to be attacking for most of the boss fight anyway. Yeah, Mew's probably going to be attacking for most of the boss fight anyway, I think, so it's probably worth her occasionally using Get Rested if people get beaten up. Of all the things to bring back, I never expected them to bring back red weapons for crafting in PSO2. Yeah, it's kind of weird that they brought those back again. I've also just realised that one of these enemies is called Wizard. Into the level for Liar, good. Yeah, Mew almost got one shot by one of those enemies, which is very scary. You're a wizard, Harry. So roll gear, so that is for Ren. That should help Ren a little bit. Yeah, that enemy just one-shot Kara from almost full health. Yeah, I don't like those things. They do far too much. Okay, who's got a higher reverser? You've got 6. You've got 9. I really don't want to use too much of your TP though. At least you could look forward to better menus in Phantasy Star IV. So, we might actually be able to save scum this, actually. Just no shame whatsoever. First try. Okay, so from here we want to go 1, 2, 3 up. 1. Or would if I read the actual map right. Do you know what, I'm just going to reload that because I went the wrong way there. Not dealing with that fight. So I actually want to go to here. And then 3 up from here. Takes me a chance things kind of don't get what they were trying to do with the distribution though. The distribution I think is interesting. The yeah, the random chance of like reverse or anti working is really stupid. Oh, Mist was back for a few seconds and he's gone again. Okay, so it's 1 more up from here. Hi, a bit good to see you. So I think it's just over here. And then we save it. It's a suspicious box. Are there any other status effects other than poison? I don't think I ever saw any. Yeah, it's a box that is not at all suspicious. They wouldn't put Dark Force in a box twice in a row, surely. Right, let's just do a final check. Spoiler alert. They got me once with Phantasy Star II, never again. Okay, I think we're ready. So yeah, I guess we just try it and see if we get annihilated. You got this, end him. Alright, yeah, let's just go for it. It's Dark Force. I am Dark Force, Master of Death. Your sorrow, anger, and pain are my strength. Actually, yeah. Actually, different battle music. Observe my might and despair of life, fools. Why does he keep this gradually moving downwards? I will greatly enjoy your painful deaths. Oh, okay. That's a reveal. That is a freaky as hell design. Can I just say that? And see the sort of resemblance to like Phantasy Star II Dark Falls a little bit. Okay, now one of the guides I have read here recommends for the first turn casting Fanby on Chris. So I'm going to assume that Fanby in this is like Shifter. I guess we can try it. And then I think Liar's probably going to be spamming Garesta every turn, honestly. Alright, and then I guess everyone else can attack. Is there... I think it says in the guide that you can target specific parts of him for this, so let's not just auto attack this, let's actually think it out. So Chris, I want you to attack. Okay, yeah, he's got different parts. He does have a face on his crotch. So I'm going to assume we need to destroy the arms first, and then I guess maybe destroy the body after that. So let's try and take the arms out first. We'll just focus everyone on the same arm for now. He can attack the head, but I don't want to waste a turn in case it like blocks the damage, so I'll focus on the arms first. Okay, our damage is reduced by quite a lot. Ren did quite a bit. Okay, Mew's attacking the body there, so I wonder if we've destroyed that arm then. God, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Okay, Liar. You need to go arrest her immediately. Okay, so can we still target that hand? No, so we have destroyed that arm. Which is funny, you would think there'd be some kind of indicator of that, but I guess we're off the other arm now. This one doesn't turn you evil because he already looks evil enough. Alright, Carrie, you can pretend to be useful. Okay, Lai got the Garista room, which is pretty huge. Yeah, so the arms actually attack you as well. So interesting, his body just did a normal attack there. So I guess he doesn't do suit every turn. Honestly, I think I'm tempted with Liar to just do Garesta anyway, just in case he does sue again before I get to do Garesta. I think it probably just is a really safe thing to do, just to keep our health topped up. I do also have a Star Mist as well I can use if I need to. Okay, Kara, attack the arm, so the arm is still alive. I will say the music for this fight's really good. Got no idea how much health these arms have. It looks like the left arm, like the one on our right of the screen, had a lot less health. Okay, he's doing Sue again, which is scary. Okay, Mew's dead. So we do need to revive her if we can. It's a shame we got the Garesta then instead of slightly earlier. I'm tempted to just use the Moon Dew. I'm assuming the Moon Dew is a guaranteed revive. So I don't want to use Reverser with Liar and it not work. Out of curiosity, who actually has the Moon Dew on them? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, so if I need to reload this, I'm moving the Moon Dew over to a different character. Yeah, let's use it anyway because we need Mew back. Okay, then Liar, just again, use Garesta. What I want really is the Moondew to go off and then Garesta, because I don't know if Moondews fully revive you. I'm guessing they probably do, because I know Reverser does. Okay, and then Ren, attack the arm. It said succeeded when I used the Moondew, so maybe it can fail? Okay, that made a noise there. It did just do 84 damage to me, which kind of scares me, but I'd rather take 84 damage on one character than deal with two. Try some Moondew, you might like it. Okay, Kara, you are kind of useless, so... You got, like, a Trimate? Now, have we destroyed all the arms? We have, so we have destroyed both the arms now. Okay, so I guess we just go big damage on the body now, not for the best. Okay, the body does have quite low defense. Unfortunately, it can still use Tsu. And Kara's gonna die. I'll leave her, I think. I don't think she's worth reviving. Okay, Liar, Garesta again. Okay, we got the Garesta. It seems to be a pattern. It seems like he does a body attack, then next turn does Tsu. I could be wrong, but that seems to be how it works. So if that's the case, next turn he's going to do Tsu. So I definitely want to Garesta. We are finally at the end. We need to pray here that this doesn't kill Liar. Ah, so close, man. We are fighting a bit on the back foot here. Just going for a bit of damage this turn. Yeah, it does seem like he follows a pattern. Okay. Liar, Garesta again. Oh, that's a problem. Oh, she's out of 3 health. Please get that Garesta in. Thank you. Okay, so he's probably gonna do physical attack this turn, I think it is. Lie it, you know the drill. Okay, did not attack Liar, that's good. Okay, we're back in the stage where we can take a 2 now. He has a lot of health. It's just not worth risking going without a heal, honestly. Never mind, he's dead. Slightly anticlimactic, but he has 8,000 HP, okay. I wanted you to burn in the sunfire.
PSE burst.
It was not to be this time, but I'm patient. 1,000 years, maybe? I mean, you're nothing if not predictable. I'll be back in 1,000 years to try again. Just you wait till he transforms to the spoon stage. Dark Force disappears. This city is too evil to leave standing. Chris's anger triggered the Megiddo technique. I did wonder about those because there wasn't actually a level or anything to them, so I wasn't sure if you'd actually use them. Remember when I said Megiddo is OP in this game? Megiddo is tearing the whole city apart. Hurry, we've got to get out of here. There's no time. We'll never make it. Mew used the grants technique automatically. The entire party was instantly teleported to a place of safety far from the falling city. I like that Chris basically nearly killed the entire party. The evil city seemed to scream a hideous cry as it fell from the sky and sank deep into the lake. Look at the sky. The sun is enormous. We're going to burn up if we get much closer. The pilots had better hurry up and move us. Well, we are moving. Very slowly. Oh, now we're going the other way. Very slowly. Speaking of killing the entire party, did you ever use Megiddo in PS2? No, I didn't get high enough for it. They're sending us a message. Hello, this is Aaron. Thanks for your help. They're once again back on our original course. Without you, Dark Force would have prevailed. Slide to the left, slide to the right. We're going towards the brightest star up ahead. The Phantasy Star? We're heading for one of its planets. The third one out from the star. It seems perfect for us. It's called Ragol. At last, our journey is almost over. And that is end credits of Phantasy Star III. Got my internet going as soon as you said never mind, he's dead. Yeah, I know Megan's really strong in PS2 now. I never actually got high enough to use it in 2. I think you learn it at about 35 and I was about 32 when I finished the game. Really hope you finished Phantasy Star III. I'm glad I did, honestly. I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. It's got issues for sure, but I think it's a decent enough game, honestly. So what's the lesson, folks? Defeat evil entities and you won't get fired into the sun. That is your lesson from Phantasy Star III. Came in just for the credits. No worries, Void Money, we're going to start Phantasy Star IV. I will let the credits fully roll in case there's anything else. The implication is that they arrive at Earth. The third planet is Earth. Could be, I mean, we are the third. Planet had 2 moons, definitely not Earth. We'll leave it up to interpretation like everything else in this series. Hey, congratulations, we are the hero. And that's it, nothing else? We gotta finish all 4 endings. I think what I'm gonna do for the other endings is I'm probably just gonna watch them on YouTube because I really, as much as I didn't mind this game, I don't want to play it through several times over. There's a YouTuber made a recap where at the end you pick the route like you would in the game. Okay, I might check that out. Used to hit on 3 without even playing it and found out it's not half bad when I finally decided to play it. It's got issues, I mean, like I said, the walking speed's awful. Some of the dialogue is really badly translated, but honestly, for all the things I've heard about this game, it's nowhere near as bad. But why should we stay with Phantasy Star 3 when we could go on to Phantasy Star 4? So give me like 2 minutes or so, and I will get Phantasy Star 4 loaded and we can start that. Which I know people are probably a bit more excited about. So yeah, I'll be back in a second, guys. Okay, we are back. And the people have been very excited about this game, so I'm really looking forward to playing it. The long, long struggle of ancient times finally ended. The victor sacrificed the vanquished to the heavens. Immediate bangers, yeah. 4 bells tolled, 4 torches were lit. And the world continued for thousands of years. I'm so ready for this game. 1,000 years mentioned already. We're not even started the game yet. The Algol solar system, somewhere in space. Once a brilliant civilization flourished here. The citizens devoted themselves to art and the sciences, and life was prosperous and good. Then a series of disasters struck. The system-wide management system Mother Brain, oh no, was destroyed. So was the first planet Palmer. Okay, that's from Phantasy Star II. Over 90% of the system's population died, and the advanced technological culture was lost. Society declined, spiraling downward, until at last only a few scattered groups even remembered there were once better times. 1,000 years passed. At last, civilization is once more on the rise across the Algol system. People are again turning to thoughts of an easier life. Old knowledge is being rediscovered. But just as things look brighter, beyond a threshold long thought closed, dark and very ancient evil stirs. That is really a banger of a opening theme, isn't it? How is the volume, by the way, for this? Sounds good, okay. Also, I know a few people said for this that I should probably do it without a guide. Is that still the consensus? Our theme is so good. I think it'd be fine, okay. Doesn't even seem like Param exploding was that big of a deal in Phantasy Star II. Chaz, we have work to do. Hurry up and get ready. This is your first job since you joined the Hunters Guild. Hunters Guild mentioned. Also, yes, I definitely did play a tiny bit of this because I recognised the main character. Now you've beaten 3, you can see where Fal's Fallen 1 comes from. Yeah. Game music's a little bit quiet in your end, maybe it's just me. I can knock it up slightly. Give me a sec. There, I've turned it up very, very slightly, just so it's not too loud. There's only one dungeon towards the end that I use a guide for because it's massive. You better put your heart into it. Also, I'm just wondering if it's maybe better to move my camera up to the top. The problem is I don't know what the battle screen looks like. Pretty sure they messed up the timescale of Phantasy Star III on the Western release. I'm not sure, honestly. You see where the series staples really get set in this game. Cool. Yeah, because it's blocking the that's blocking the dialogue box a little bit. If anyone that's played this, is there a good place for me to put my camera on screen that won't block too much? Oh, so it was actually different. So Phantasy Star II in Japan plus 2,000 years, Phantasy Star III. In America, it was 1,000 years. Huh. Yeah, well, I'll leave the camera where it is for now, and once I get into a battle, then I can see what it's like, and I can try and decide where to put the camera. Yeah, I might have to wait until I've done a battle or something. So, I'm not a trainee anymore. From this day on, you're a full-fledged partner. Suggest putting the camera in the upper right corner. Okay. We can try that. Just give me a second. Yeah, iBot. Just give me one sec whilst I really need to group this camera up with the frame. It would help. Actual frames out a bit as well. It's really annoying setting the frames up for this sometimes because sometimes it just kind of snaps. But that will do for this stream. I can sort it out more accurately after. Yeah, I suppose the Japanese timer does make more sense for that. This game has such amazing attention to detail and presentation. I've only heard good things about it, so I'm very excited. Now come on, let's go. Where are we off to this time? It's a bit far. We're going to Motevia Academy in the town of Piata. I remember Piata. I think we went there in Phantasy Star II. I suppose it makes sense when we are back in Algol again, so... Can I also point out that I think there's been more dialogue between the characters already in this game compared to the previous ones. Wow, so we're going to the town of learning? I wonder what's happened there. Who knows? The message said, just come. We'll get the details once we're there. Can you do that? Can you do a job for the Hunters Guild and just on the message for your job just say, just come? This is one of the last games on the Genesis after the Learn to Program, plus the dedicated 4 times the cartridge space. That's huge. Yeah, it's like little manga panels in it. Yeah, it's really cool look, honestly. They were foreshadowing the useful descriptions of government quests in PSO. So, I kind of want a little bit of backstory about this game. So, obviously, I know Phantasy Star III was done by some of the Golden Axe team. So was 4 written by the same, most of the same team that did 1 and 2? The reason for the inconsistent names is because different people translated each of the games, possibly. Since we're going to be there anyway, I'd sure like to tour the academy. Is that all you can think about? Get moving, or I'll leave you behind. We're not actually controlling any of this yet. AW2284, monster attacks have swelled the ranks of those who call themselves hunters. But as the attacks become ever more frequent and powerful, an elite few began to wonder what is behind this outbreak, and when and how will it all end. So I noticed that they use the terminology AW. As a PSO player, obviously PSO has a UW, which is like after unification, or after unification war, I think it was. So is AW after war? I don't know the entire team, but tons of them came back, namely Riko Kodama, who passed away in 2022 and came back for this game. She was in the OG PS1, yeah. Yeah, I know Kodama was involved a lot with some of the early games. Oops, I wandered around and now I've gotten separated from Alice. Is that intentional that they call one of the characters Alice? Again, please no spoilers, because I have not played this before. But it's certainly a name to choose. To clarify, Alice and Alice do not have even remotely similar names in Japanese. Why am I not surprised? I've got to find her. Would that be her standing directly over there? Okay, so our main character is Chaz. This definitely feels a lot more Phantasy Star II. The UI looks very similar. Okay, he has Resta. Talk to everything, check status, and mumble. Okay, a few people said mumble, so I'm assuming that's quite important. Let's press mumble and see what it does. Again, I've never really played this game. I played about 10 minutes of it years ago. I wonder what Alice is. Okay. So is that a way of basically giving you a hint on what to do next? Where's Dave? That's what I really want to know. Everybody's dead, Dave. Okay, one day I will get the right button. Okay, so it's now a different button to talk to people. Are you a hunter? Are you here to exterminate the monsters? No one told me there would be monsters. Alice is Lila and Chaz is Rudy. That's actually really funny because Rudy is actually really close to my surname. About a month ago, monsters began to appear in the basement. I'm so frightened, I can't even think about my research. Think gets replaced with talk, but since you're by yourself, you can only mumble. Not gonna lie, this guy kind of resembles, I can't remember the guy's name. The blonde dude from NGS. The scientist dude, whose name I've completely forgotten. How did Rudy end up being Chaz? I have no idea. You're the hunter commissioned by the principal. Principal mentioned. The official artwork displays her name in English as Ryra. And her name in katakana is Ryra. Okay. A kid like you? Are you going to be able to handle it? Probably not. Or is it one of these games where you just like investigate everything? These books must be important. They're under lock and key. This is a very difficult math book. This is a horrid math book. You do realise I am now going to interact with everything. Oh, we're not allowed to look at that one. Okay, that's kind of weird. So I was trying to read this thing on the table, and when I press up, I go left. It's quite weird, but okay. Yeah, I want to try and do as much of this as possible. Chaz, where have you been? Come on, let's go. But we have to see the principal and get the details about this commission. Okay, so Alice is like level 7 with like double my health. I will stop pressing this at some point. I'm so used to pressing that button from Phantasy Star III. If you're looking for the principal's room, it's way in the back. But recently, he's been acting strangely. I think he's scared of something. Also, while we're here. Oh yeah, just change to talk. We'd better see the principal and get more details. So he's the one who requested the commission. I wonder where he is. Yeah, honestly, this feels like leaps and bounds ahead of everything else so far in terms of like the world building and everything. I know we've just started, but once there were 3 planets in the Algol solar system, but during the Great Collapse, the planet Palma was lost. Now only Dizolis and this planet remain. I've also just realised as well, so we're on Motavia at the minute. So in Phantasy Star II, Motavia, if I remember correctly, was like a Greenland because of obviously Mother Brain's influence. So I guess it's kind of reverted back to how it was in Phantasy Star 1 now. Would it be in a desert again? If you press whatever button you have set to start, you'll bring another menu, including the save option. Aha. Wait, so can we save at any time? Terraform in reverse. Okay, that makes sense. Wow, we're living in a new era here. We can save whenever we want. We are living in the future. I will stop opening that menu at some point. I still have the Phantasy Star III. Here's a book titled Heavenly Phenomena. Comets and observing them. It's an astronomy book. Can't save in dungeons, that's fair enough. I mean, I can kind of cheese that with this emulator, but... I'll admit, when I started this game a few days ago, I did the buttons back-to-back how it was in 2 or 3. Yeah, it's basically most of the buttons seem to have reversed between 3 and 4, which is going to continually screw me over. I'll get used to it though. They'll probably be fine. Wait, did we speak to both of these in here? Don't expect progress to be fast in this game, because I will want to talk to everyone. One day, we'll remember not to do that. Okay, we'll talk to you, so let's do the one we want to talk to. Apparently, 1,000 years ago, there's a lot of mentions of this time. There were ships that could travel through space. Today, the only thing we can do is view Dizolus through a telescope. Just once, I'd love to go to Dizolus. It sounds like a dream, travelling to another planet. NGS players currently. Wow, what a view. I was hoping it'd maybe give me a view, but... NGS experience. So I'm going to assume the principal's through here. I'm going to assume you are the principal. Going to the huge desk. Welcome. He kind of reminds me of Hauser from PSU. I'm the principal of this academy. Let's see, you must be Alice, the hunter. And you are our assistant, Chaz. Oof, he doesn't even get called a hunter. He's also kind of doing the Gendo pose, isn't he, from Evangelion? Maybe the gas leak on Dizolus is done by now. Maybe. Forgive me, but Chaz is a full-fledged partner of mine. Now, let's get down to business. Describe the situation. I'm sensing that Alice really doesn't take much shit. She seems very sort of forward and quite blunt and to the point. About a month ago, mysterious monsters started to appear within this academy. It appears they have made the basement their headquarters. I've since closed it off. I mean, that seems like a fairly intelligent thing to do. She's so cool. They should have named Alice Chad instead. She's MVP. So far, no one's been hurt, but who knows when they'll appear again. Please, I beg you to destroy all of these creatures. I'd like to settle this matter discreetly. I'm counting on your reputation, Alice. No problem. You can rely on us. Although, it's strange that all those monsters suddenly appeared in this academy. Usually monsters don't come into inhabited areas. Do you have any idea how this happened? How would I know? The face of someone who is obviously guilty. Presentation in this is way better. Stop asking questions. Just hurry and exterminate those monsters. Don't forget, I'm paying you dearly for your services. Rude. Good luck, I'm counting on you. Something smells fishy here. That principal was hiding something. Yeah, there's a Garans in the basement. He didn't tell us about that. So good to see you, Ellie. Also, there's your hydrate from an hour ago, Drac. I didn't see it because I had the map for the last dungeon over it.
You piece of orc trash!
Maybe he's afraid of the monsters. Fine. It's not like I was doing illegal genetic experiments yet, probably not. Played Phantasy Star IV on the Genesis collection for the PSP, great game. Yeah, I've only heard good things about it. I see this as like the reward for getting through Phantasy Star III. I think there's more to it than that. Things are starting to get interesting. Stop wasting time, there's nothing here. Sorry, Alice. Are you saying that there are monsters in the basement of this academy? I mean, we did just get told that, Chaz. Were you not listening? Sounds like there's something behind all this. Okay, I'm going to assume that these stairs are the basement that we need to clear. Actually, don't know what I want to do. Let's try. I want to save it in-game as well, because then next time I play it, I want to see if the save states work okay in this. They should do, because I'm not using any mods with it. Okay, now I have no map, so I'm hoping these dungeons aren't too huge yet. Maybe this isn't the dungeon. Huh? Do I know you? Yikes. What are you doing with such lethal weapons? Get out. How rude. I mean, to be fair, we did just walk into this guy's room. What an oddly shaped jar. You shouldn't be opening cabinets without permission. I am the law. Look, it's not my fault he moved as soon as I went to talk. I'm studying history. This planet has bad problems from the beginning. Presently, we have an abnormal climate, soil depletion, and a decreasing birth rate. It doesn't make for a promising future. This guy is too depressing. Let's get out of here. Wow. A very dusty 20-volume set of Algoian history. I would have thought it would be Algolian. That kind of rolls off the tongue a bit easier than Algoian. Okay, are we allowed to look at this table? Is that something we can do? No, it won't let me. So weird, you can walk towards the table. The table is cluttered with papers. That was totally worth it. It's like Hyrule and Hylian. Okay, we'll check around here first. Again, progress is probably going to be very slow with this because I do want to talk to everyone and sort of build up the story and everything, so please bear with me. I'm so scared of the monsters. There's nothing I'd like more than to leave town. But the principal won't allow it. For the last year, there have been violent changes in the planet's crust, as well as an abnormal outbreak of monsters. At this rate, the planet will be doomed. Hey, it's not going to do any good just moaning about it. Yeah, Alice just has no chill whatsoever. Building good habits by talking to every person, though. 1,000 years ago. How many times has that been mentioned in this stream so far? We must be on a record, I think. Our society was thrown into confusion by the destruction of Mother Brain, which is obviously the event of the end of Phantasy Star II. After that, Motavia suffered a direct hit by a fragment of the exploding planet Palmer. Our civilization was almost destroyed. We call this the Great Collapse. Oh, I didn't realise you weren't students. Good thing you're not taking shots every time someone mentions 1,000 years. It's kind of weird, like the movement controls are a little bit weird. So if I want to like interact with that statue, I can't just walk all the way up to it, because as soon as I get up to it, I automatically turn around it. So I have to like walk to there and then interact with it, which feels a little bit weird. The God of Learning, Dr. Lubetz. A person from 2,000 years ago. So not 1,000 years. Are you okay? What? You're the hunters? Really? Lubet is Luveno, by the way. I was wondering that because I thought it seems a bit familiar, the name. So that is Luveno from... Was that Phantasy Star 1? I can't remember now if that was 1 or 2. You don't think we can do the job? No, not at all. I didn't mean that. Since we have the principal's permission, let us pass. Wait, take me with you. And why should we? My name is Han. I'm an assistant at this academy. Yeah, because if I remember correctly, the ship, I think they called the ship the Luveno as well, if I remember correctly. There's a lot of callbacks to 1 in here. Ah, cool. I work for Professor Holt, who's gone to investigate Birth Valley for his research. We haven't heard from him since. So now I'm searching for the professor's whereabouts. Birth Valley. That's that mysterious place that has been called the Sacred Valley of Life. But what's the connection between the valley and this current monster scare? After the investigation team, led by the professor, was reported missing, the principal barred everyone from entering Birth Valley. We're trying to get information as to what's going on. but he keeps evading the issue. Yeah, principal is very sus. And then this monster scare begins. I'll bet anything that there's some sort of connection between these incidents. Lots of wine is in this town and Alice takes no prisoners. It's nice that the game holds so well on its own while loving and respecting the previous re-entries. It seems really good so far. Well, it's true that there is something fishy about the principal's behaviour. Given the circumstances, I feel compelled to investigate the basement myself. But come to think of it, it is a bit dangerous. So you were just waiting for us to arrive? Well, yes. You catch on quick. 100 Mazetta. Straight to the point. I love the little cut-in scenes. It's actually really charming. I really like it. Woke up late and missed the end of Phantasy Star III. You didn't miss a whole lot, honestly. We first tried Dark Force, so... What? We'll take you with us for 100 Mazetta. I hope you weren't thinking of asking to tag along with us for free. I can't get that kind of money from the principal. Meanwhile, hunters in PSO are just blowing through hundreds of thousands with charge max. Oh, you woke up in time for the staff roll vintage. Well, the VOD will be on YouTube at least, so at least you can watch it. That's not my problem. Now, what are you going to do? Okay, I'll pay. I've got to know. Did they actually give you money? They do. I was wondering if it was a law thing or if they would actually give you the money, but no, they actually give you the money. If you look at the title screen of Dreamcast PSO, you can see Ragdoll with the two moons. It looks remarkably similar to the two moon planet in Chris's ending of Phantasy Star III that you got. Interesting. When is NGS introducing the next Dark Fall spawning from a box? Maybe they haven't done that yet. We need to work on that. Just quickly speaking of NGS, Sega have issued a survey for anyone that plays it. Just getting some feedback on the game, so if you do want to feedback anything to them, positive or negative, feel free to fill out that survey. Okay, so I should probably check and see what Han does. So Han is quite weak. What text do you have? You have Resta, that helps. I'm going to assume that Alice maybe gets attack techs because she can't use techniques here, but she has TP. Let's also talk as well, actually. He's a broke format. Both the principal and Han have asked us to inspect the basement. Are you sure you're not just trying to take my money? Hey, you've already paid, so don't cry over spilt milk. I wonder if I'll be okay going with these people. Everyone gets techs, okay. Yeah, to be fair, I wasn't expecting to finish 3 so quickly. Okay, this looks like a basement. Why would we do a survey for Sega that they will promptly ignore like all the other complaints we have? Because it's entirely up to you if you do it, but they are giving people the opportunity to give feedback. Whether they do anything with it is entirely something else, but they are given the opportunity to give feedback. I'm saying they're going to do it. Me when I'm hiding in a box competition and my opponents are Solid Snake and Dark Force. Whenever you get a new party member, looking at state helps a ton. I like what it says age, question mark. Also, that is a very smug grin. Yeah, I will say, Jokey, the Star Gems thing for the server is ridiculous. So they are giving 50 Star Gems out, but they're giving it to 500 random responders to the server. I don't know why they couldn't just give 50 to everyone who fills it in. That is very weird. But I would still encourage, though, people who either play NGS or maybe stop playing and been keeping an eye on it. It's probably worth doing the survey just to give some feedback. But it's entirely up to you. A lady never tells her age. Okay, so she has Foy, Shift, and Sana. Now we come to the question of what do the techs do. So Foy, I'm assuming, is a fire attack tech, like Foy. Shift, I mean, I would assume increases attack. Sana, now I remember Sana in Phantasy Star II boosted your agility, I think it was. Whether it does that in this, I have no idea. It's agility, okay. If we work similar to Phantasy Star II, then I should be okay, because I can remember what most of the techs do in that. Am I right in saying that Shift is just an attack boost, like it normally is? Shift is Shifter, okay. So Chaz is 16. Looks like he has 2 knives to start with. You can cast it on others. Phantasy Star 2 didn't let you. No, in Phantasy Star 2, the only character that learned Shift was Anna. And Anna could only cast it on herself. Okay, you have Resta, that helps. Plan has Vision, which boosts Dexterity, which is what you use to hit and affects crit chance. Okay. Actually, that's a good point. Yeah, let's look at the stats, actually. So we've got Strength, Mental, Agility, Dexterity, Attack Power. I'm assuming that's Defense Power. Techs here are generally the same as Phantasy Star 2 with some minor changes. Okay. And I'm going to assume that Mental is your, like, technique damage. If I had to guess. And also gets Gelun, which you can probably guess. I'm going to assume that's Gelun. Okay, so that hasn't changed. I thought they might have said something different with us being in the basement now, but... Oh, a spooky monster. I just want to let the battle theme go a minute. That is a really good battle theme. The music is well and truly back. Okay, so as this is my very first fight in Phantasy Star IV, is there anything specific I need to know about how the combat system works in this? It's Jillian, damn it. The creator of the format is wrong. Yeah, I saw the creature scuttle off, yeah. You can use the default macro for all auto attacks, okay. This is definitely Phantasy Star II with bells and whistles, amazing bells and whistles. So I'm assuming command is lets you choose. Yeah, that is very similar to Phantasy Star II. And go with that. We've got run and then some macro. Oh, that's interesting. So with this, can you basically set up different orders for your characters that then you can just quick macro? So for example, if you want a turn where you want one person to attack and two people to heal, you could set that as a macro and just do it from here. That is really cool. That is a really good idea, honestly. Why don't more games do this? Why don't more RPGs do this? Well, I guess for now we do just macro, I guess. Also, I love that we're back to having actual characters on screen again, which is very nice. If you use commands, the party acts in order of their initiative roll, but with macro, they act in order of listed commands. Oh, that's really interesting. So you could strategize with that a lot then, couldn't you? Because, so if you need someone to heal quickly, you could put someone to heal as the first command on the macro, and then it attacks after it. So if you desperately need a heal, you can guarantee to get the heal first. The default macro is bad, by the way. Alice acts faster than Chaz and Han, so she'll go first. YouTube chat's getting priority over us. There's just a lot of YouTube comments coming in. Depends if the healing character is fast enough. Yeah, so I guess it's still based on, I assume, what, their agility, possibly? Unless there is like a dedicated speed stat or something. So I know you said that the default macro is bad because Alice is faster than Chaz. I was going to say, so why is that a bad thing? If you put someone slow first, then enemies will get their turns and then everyone will go after. If you put a slow character in the beginning of the macro, the speed of everyone else goes down too. Ah, so there is a drawback to it. That's really in depth. I like that a lot. I'm guessing at the minute, I'm assuming there really probably isn't too much point for macro at the minute because there's not a whole lot we can do for now. Speed matters because others will wait for the slowest member if he's placed first. Okay. So I guess, yeah, if you had someone with healing on your first macro, you would only do that if you were happy with everyone else being slowed down to accommodate the healer going first. So what's this? That's obviously attack. That's obviously techniques. What's that? Skills, okay. Oh, so there are actually character skills as well that are separated from techniques. Interesting. Okay, yeah, so she has something called Vortex. It says times 5. Does that mean that once I have used that 5 times, I literally can't use it again? Or does it replenish every fight or something? Replenished, limited use is replenished at inns or home, okay. Skills have a pool of uses per skill, okay. Yeah, this combat system is a lot deeper than the other games. I mean, I think 2 was pretty cool with the items that had skills linked to them. Chest has been opened. Monomate is procured. That's an interesting way of putting it. Look at all this dust. I can't read the titles on these books. Procured by Alice, she needs a paycheck. And I'm going to say it now, these monsters look a whole lot like bio monsters to me. Burger is procured. They look like baby disgusting pan arms. 100 Mazetta. Keep that away from Han. This first quest is a reference to Hugh's Phantasy Star II text adventure. The boss of this area is also the same creature from the text adventure. That's interesting. There are instant death skills later, and that individual pools should encourage you to use to take them out enemies. So that's similar to 2 then, isn't it? With there was a couple of skills in that were instant death ones, or at least one skill anyway. Because I spam at him on the last dungeons. There's combo attacks that mix techniques and skills. What were they doing with this game? Like, it kind of feels like they're just like, do you know what? We're just going to put literally everything in this game. I do like that the movement speed's a bit quicker as well. Okay, that is a different enemy. Looks very similar, but it is actually different. They were preempting Chrono Trigger. This whole quest with Han is, hey, we remade Hugh and he's good this time. Yeah, I do want to check out those text adventures at some point. But my main goal was to get through the main series first. Like, this has been a long time coming, this game, really. Well, the whole classic franchise, honestly. Okay, question. Can we use Resta outside of battle? I'm going to assume probably. Nice. Been waiting since Phantasy Star I play along to get you to get to this one. It's so good. I mean, honestly, I have enjoyed all the games so far. 1 was kind of funny because of how kind of outdated and stuff it was, but it was generally a really fun game. 2 was amazing, except Dark Force. Dark Force kind of spoiled the end for me a little bit, but apart from that fight, the game is absolutely amazing. And 3 was better than I thought it was going to be. Definitely still the weakest of the 3, though, that I've played so far. Generally always use Chaz for rest out of battle. Is that just because I guess you don't really use the CP much for anything else? The fact we got an antidote is somewhat worrying. Please don't be like Phantasy Star III and poison me every 2 seconds. He's a humor, that's what his techniques are good for. Yeah, so I always bookcase is gonna be the same. What's this? That looks very Phantasy Star II. Try changing the auto attack macro to make Alice attack first. Okay. Okay, so Alice first, yeah? Starting to think Alice is over level for this dungeon. It feels that way. So I'm assuming, would you just go Alice, Chaz, Han in that order? Yeah, she's hard carrying the group. I also like how you can do several different macros as well. Okay, let's save that. What is this? We'll just ignore the large green thing. Okay, I guess we fight the spooky boss. Use skills and text on large green thing. Okay, noted. Eaglenova, okay. Boss theme banger. So I'm guessing that using Vortex is maybe a good idea. And he said skills and text, so Vortex is single target. I mean, I'm just going to use these because this feels like a boss fight, so... And we need to experiment. Earth does paralyze status. Remind me what Vision did again? Someone did say earlier and I've already forgotten. Vision is for Dex, okay. It looks like the Kith flower from the text adventure. Cool. So I don't think Earth seemed to do anything. Also, next question. If I use vision, if I use it again, will my dex go up again? Or is it just like a one-stage increase? Or can you just keep stacking it? I think it's one stage, okay. Earth only lasted one round, it's the speedrunner stat. Oh, Earth stopped it from attacking, okay. I'm going to assume that's gelling. Would that work on a boss? I know even in PSO it's very hit and miss whether gelling works on bosses. I don't know, I guess I can try it. Okay, so it's a spawner, okay, fair enough. Guess Earth is useful if you want to get healing and not let it attack. Gelling does work on this one. Earth is better, okay. I'm just wondering if the small enemies die when the boss dies, or if I still have to kill them. Need to kill the entire screen, probably, okay. They die easy anyway. I don't know if this is the right strat, just spamming Vortex every turn. Speedrunner strat is to use Earth on him, hope it lasts more than one round, and reset if you don't immediately stun it because it outspeeded Chaz. Alice can maybe attack both with normal attack. That's what I was thinking, because I know her boomerang hits multiple targets, so maybe it's better for her to use normal attack for a bit. So if we're doing that then we may as well use the macro. Okay, next question. If I use a macro, can I still choose who they target? Or will it like auto attack a random target? Not that it matters a great deal here, I'm just wondering how it works. They will attack whatever first target they decide and move on if there's more, as far as I can tell. Okay. So I've got to assume they'd probably attack the thing on the left first. Macro auto attacks, okay, fair enough. Sure, I might use Shifter. Okay, so if you use Restore, it targets the most injured party member. Okay. Yes, you can choose who to use Shifter on now. Cool. I'm pretty sure Alice is doing the most damage. Yeah, we'll go with that. That 1 damage though. See you in hell. Yeah, also, yeah, 69 damage to finish it. Nice. Yeah, Alice seems very strong. My RPG senses are kind of... There's like a bit of a red flag going off because I'm thinking, normally when you get a character like this in an RPG, they disappear shortly after. We did it. Chaz, you need more practice. Your swing is too slow. What? But we destroyed the monster. Not that you'll probably get a high, but don't get to level 100. I heard that. Isn't there like a weird glitch if you max level in this? With my help. Sorry. Now, Han, come over here. What? What are these glass containers for? These... Hey, are you by any chance breeding monsters here? The syntax rolls over on your back to like level 10 stats. Oof. How likely is it that I would actually get near 100 though? You will not get anywhere close to level 100 accidentally. Okay, that's good to know. If that's the case, this monster business is no mystery after all. I don't know anything. It's the first time I've been in this room. I've only just learned that such a thing exists at the Academy. Really, it's the truth. I believe you. For now. The principal must know about these containers. He must also know the connection between this and the disappearance of Professor Holt. Yes, let's see the principal again. Come on, Chaz. Hey, don't leave me here. Yeah, I think we're fine. We'll just save it just to be sure. You don't want to level too quickly in this game. There's something like an overflow glitch where your stats seriously degrade, but at the same time you might also learn abilities of other characters. Yeah, I'm loving the soundtrack to this game so far. Really, really like it. Nice humor miss. Technique what has been mastered. I'm gonna assume that means water. If I had to guess. Knowing Phantasy Star's probably miles off. Yeah, we just did the first boss, jokey, sir. What is a freezing technique? Okay. What is barter? Okay, fair enough. I'm going to try it. I mean, they might die before I get to do it, but I just kind of want to see. I'm just kind of experimenting a bit at the minute, honestly. I did a lot of damage. So we're saying that techniques are actually worth using in this game, rather than just auto-attacking everything like Phantasy Star III. Technically, there are both ice and water elements. Water specifically does more damage against sandworms. That is very, very specific. Okay. Actually, let's talk to our party members as well, actually. I wonder what that capsule's in the basement are for. I wonder what that capsule's in the basement are for. A little bit weird wording on that, but nowhere near as bad as 3 so far. I'm going to make the principal tell us. Hey you're coming along too. Who? Me? Chaz might have taken a hit to the head back in the basement. So we haven't been out here yet. Maybe we check out here first before going to the principal? Maybe? This feels very Phantasy Star 1. Just like the way the houses are designed and everything. Really reminds me of Phantasy Star 1. No pizza song, unfortunately, no. Barta was romanized as Sue in Phantasy Star 3, What in Phantasy Star 4, and Barta in PSO. Is there any wonder that I can never remember what all the texts do when they change every single game? I saw it. In the middle of the night, some suspicious-looking men carried a big parcel into the academy. This happened some time ago, but I wonder what it could have been. Probably monsters. We're still all right here, but apparently the wells are all dried up in the village of Mile. Is it Mile or Mila? That looks like an inn to me. He sidestepped after the conversation. Welcome, this is the inn. 15 Mazetta, would you care to sir? I'm guessing we're operating on the principle of 5 Mazetta per character then. This feels, honestly, a lot more fleshed out than the other games so far. It will scale Mazetta cost, but it's not that horrible. Okay. What's with you guys? You're being way too friendly. Five Mazetta for a bed, wish this was in real life, if only. The shops have signs, the tech is here. I mean, they had signs in 3, just most of them were just kind of nonsense. And some shops just didn't have them. Just when it seemed that the number of monsters was decreasing, they're now roaming in the town. Do you think this is some kind of omen? I heard some students jumped into this fountain the other day. Can't believe I missed all the fun. You should take a dip, it'll do you good. Will it though, or will it send me into a dungeon? I don't trust fountains after Phantasy Star III. Yeah, the PTSD from 3 is real. No monster can get into this town. The walls surrounding the town will protect us. That's why I think those strange monsters must be appearing from within the town. Resting at inns is the only way to restore skill uses and almost the only way to recover TP. It's strange that it took until PSO to actually get a way to recover TP more easily. I guess they wanted to make it so you couldn't just spam techniques. My parents live in Mile. I'm not sure if it's Mile or Mila. A village northeast of here. Recently I haven't been getting my allowance. I wonder if they've forgotten me. Oh well, I better find a job. Becoming a hunter, now that sounds exciting. It's me since you're in the UK. No, it's very weird over here. No, we use miles, so yeah, if you're traveling somewhere, it's in miles in the UK. We're very weird. Hi, even Star, good to see you. They couldn't come up with anything that could beat Cola. Okay, I think we'll talk to this person here, and then we'll go and talk to the principal. Again, this is going to be a lot more experimental this playthrough, I think, because I'm not just going to follow a guide all the way through. If I get really stuck, I'll look at a guide, but I kind of want to experience it as I would have done. It's mile, just like the measurement, okay. It was kilo in Japanese, but American localizers. How was the end of Phantasy Star III? Not too bad, honestly. I think the last boss was actually more fun than the Dark Force fight in 2. But yeah, it wasn't too bad, honestly. I quite enjoyed 3 for the most part. I think it starts very, very slow, but later on in the game it gets a lot better. I'm studying geology. Recently, the soil quality has been deteriorating. Crops barely grow on this farm. My boyfriend in the agricultural department is rather upset. Honestly, I'm even just getting little things like that. The dialogue from like random NPCs, it just seems like there's a lot more to it. It was Mal, even the Japanese version, okay. You had me in the first half. Okay, let's go and talk to the Not-Hauser principal. Let's not go in the dungeon again, that's probably not a good idea. Hi, Principal. What's wrong? You seem upset. Were you able to defeat those monsters? Yes. But there is something I want to ask you. What? Is it just my imagination that I saw some strange things in the basement? Ah. Stop beating around the bush. I really like Alice. Can we just point out the smug grin? As she threatens to beat this guy senseless. Even more Phantasy Star IV lore came out recently with a 30th anniversary book that included a prequel manga and an after story. Oh, cool. That's the emote you use, Sky in PSO. Someone keeping information from me is the 6th most dangerous thing in this world. I'm not going to ask what the other 5 are. Alright already. I'll tell you what I know. You are aware of the recent outbreak of a new breed of monster? Oh yes. Thanks to the outbreak, I'm not hurting for work. Oh, it was actually written by the game's director as well. That's really cool, Xander. 3 months ago, Holt identified Birth Valley as the origin of the outbreak, and he went to investigate. He says he discovered the remains of an ancient and advanced civilization. Oh no. It's always the ancient civilizations. The investigation team brought back the monster breeding capsules and immediately set forth on their second investigative mission. But not one of them came back. Yes, that's right, Han. And despite all this, you didn't send out a rescue team and banned entry to Birth Valley. No. I was trying to send out a rescue team, but something happened. At that moment, a man who called himself Zio appeared before my eyes. Zio, I've heard of him, that fake magician. My dear principal of Motavia Academy. How are you doing? In this case, it's their own civilization they're rediscovering. I guess so, yeah. Who are you? My name is Zio. Zio the Black Magician. Do not intrude on Birth Valley. What do you mean? In the future, if you ever let anyone set foot in Birth Valley, well, it's an evil format with American emo band hair. Or alternatively, Trent Reznor, yeah. Let me make something clear. There is no need for you to go to Birth Valley. It's related to the research team. So that's why the Birth Valley situation wasn't announced. And also why you tried to keep a lid on the monster situation. But what is this all about? Remains of an ancient advanced civilization. And Zeo. It seems like these are signs of something to come. I need to help the professor. I'm going to Birth Valley. Han. This is egg laying season for sandworms, so be careful. Alice? We'll tag along for 300 Mazetta plus expenses. Deal. We just didn't hesitate. You just say, I am not dealing with the sandworms on my own. Birth Valley is to the northeast. Let's hurry. Are you going, Han? Well, first, I'm going to check your bookshelf. It's an interesting archaeology book. This is a historical document. The cabinet is locked. Don't mind me just rifling through all of your drawers. Right, let's talk to our party again. Birth Valley is located northeast of Piata. Let's hurry and go to the professor's rescue. Zeo. I don't like the sound of that. Here at Matavia Academy, we search for the truth of the universe. This is the largest research facility on the entire planet. What do you think? Isn't it grand? It looks like an interesting place, doesn't it, Alice? Really? It doesn't interest me one bit. Bookcase contains many chemistry books. It's an engineering book. I think we already talked to these guys. For sure? Yeah. Okay, I think before we move on, let's just see if there's anything else in this town first before we push on. These are the student dorms of Motavia Academy. Me, and the caretaker. I've got a report due tomorrow, but I haven't written a word of it. Well, you won't if you keep walking around in circles. Not one of these books is a school book. So we found the slacker, I guess. Why does this person get like a really dope carpet? And the other guy's just like rocks. Like slabs in his room. Maybe it is a hentai sash. Maybe it is. It's so much fun lazing around and going to class. They got the premium room. It's a class schedule. It's rather light. Yes, I'm getting the impression that there's not that many classes running. The girl next door has been influenced by some strange religion. She's been missing for a while. Where did she go? No schoolbooks here either. I wonder if this is normal for a student at the academy. Hey, I'm undressing. Get out, get out. Well, first, can I just check here? Here's the kitchen. Boy, it's dirty. Yeah, I'll leave you in peace now. Okay, so not a whole lot to do in there. Okay, that was the inn. Did we talk to you? I can't remember. Oh, yeah. He was the one who told us we were too friendly. There is a shop we'll check out in a minute. Honestly, a big design flaw to not include doors in the dorm. Yeah, I don't think it's my fault that I walked in on a... You know, get a door. Okay, I think we've talked to most people here now. Let's maybe a couple of houses to check. The academy students are so noisy day in and day out. Like the other day, when a group of them jumped into that fountain. What a scene. Don't they think about being considerate to others? I wish something could be done about them. Alright, Karen. So 2 people have mentioned about jumping into the fountain now. Why is this town so obsessed with the Friends intro fountain thing? I need to know now, can I jump into the fountain? What an impressive fountain. No. Answers that then. Look, Alice, it's not my fault that people move when I go to talk to them. Now I can let my children go out to play. Dude, this kid's like 1000 IQ dodges. Now that no monsters come out, it's no fun to sneak out in the middle of the night. Kid just has no fear whatsoever. Oh, amazing. These are all infant rearing books. Is this one dirty as well? Oh no, it's a kitchen it's kept pretty clean. It's a ventilated case for meteorological instruments. Wow, how unusual. I thought it looked a bit like a beehive, but I guess I was a little bit off the mark. Why does the shopkeep look tiny? Yeah, that is quite a good shop theme. Okay, we have 1000 Mazetta. I will say it is kind of funny that you can see the shopkeeper is clearly blonde, but something not quite right there. Also, why are buy and sell in lowercase? Okay, so you sell monomates for 20. Before we buy some, let's just quickly check. How much inventory space do we have? I don't know. Is there any way in this game to check how much inventory space I actually have? Or does the inventory just gradually fill up as I put things into it? Yeah, I was going to buy a few, I wasn't sure how big the inventory is in this. I guess we can pick up a few up. Just like Alice having brown hair on the title screen and black hair as a sprite. That didn't ask me who carries it. Do we actually have a shared inventory in this? Chaz Resta is probably sufficient, but the enemies in the world map are harder than the dungeon you just did. Okay. I think you get something like 40 items in inventory for the whole party. So that's quite different to the games, because every other game so far has been just like a shared inventory. Yeah, shared inventory. It took 4 games, but we got there. Where pizza music? Yeah, we haven't had any pizza music yet. I'm just going to adjust the... Yeah, that's better. Okay, so... Oh yeah, it just fills up as you use it. It would be nice if there was like a meter that showed you how much space you had. So it is 40, okay. It would just be nice if it said, you know, like 6 out of 40. We'll grab a couple more. Yeah, I should do. You can also hold cancel activate to scroll text faster. All the quality of life in this game, man. I don't think there was any way to upgrade gear. No, it doesn't look like it. Numbers of inventory space only came to PSO. The really funny thing is PSO has less inventory space. And your gear is included in your inventory space in PSO. It's always fun having like 25 bits of gear with you in PSO and having like 5 spaces for everything else. This is the university town of Piata. It's a town for students and academics. Clearly you've written that down. Okay, so look at northeast of Piata. Is this the only way out of town? Or is there an eastern exit? No. Also, I'll just say this now since we're quite near the start. Obviously, no big spoilers for the game while I'm playing through this, because this is pretty much my first time going through 4. However, if there is anything important that I need to know that you think is beneficial, I'm okay with that. Just no story spoilers or anything though. I really like that overworld theme. Also, do we have any kind of map, or... I'm guessing we probably don't have one yet. it said northeast, so I'm just going to go northeast. Nope, we got bugs. I'm pretty sure those fly things were in Phantasy Star II. I'm pretty certain. There will be no map. Good luck finding anything. I mean, I would hope that the next town is not too hard to find with it being right at the start of the game. You gotta rely on your directional skills and talk. Oh god, it's so over. I will say the battle theme is great in this. It's actually from the first game. Oh yeah, maybe actually, yeah. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah. Mods flies easy, crawlers are hard enough to be worth using water on. Okay. So things like that I'm okay with. You can roll an encounter with 4 crawlers. Those were the bugs that killed you early on when you had a shit sword. From memory, there were only 2 places on Materia that was somewhat more out of the way, so I wouldn't worry too much. Okay, nice. We can actually get items from encounters again. Well, that appears to be a town. I'm going to go in it. Okay. That appears to be a sandworm out there. This is the village of Mile. And this is our newly built sandworm ranch. What do you think? Isn't it great? This will attract a lot of tourists. It says the Big Sandworm Ranch. I don't know what I expected. Did you see the quicksand? It's spreading and spreading. How long is this town going to last? The spice must flow. Sir, can you... Thank you. Wow, it's actually a different layout for the inn. We are in a new age now. Ooh, 30 Mazetta. I'm the only daughter of the innkeeper. Even if I can't do much, I must work and help all I can. Nice flowers. The cabinet contains bed linen. I'm not sure what I expected there either. Yeah, nice flowers. See that castle beyond the quicksand? I could have sworn that one night there was nothing, and the next day, there it was. It must be my imagination, don't you think? Yes, clearly. It's a jar. I wonder if it's used to store water. Talk to the innkeeper from behind the counter. Okay, we can do. My husband built a sandworm ranch with what little money he had. But who on earth would come to see something like that? One tip I would give is macros can be really handy if you want to ensure 2 actions go off back to back for, you know, reasons. Who on earth? Earth confirmed. Yeah, Earth, what Earth, exactly. In the past, the land around here was pretty fertile, and there was a lot of farming going on. But now, the wells and the fields have all withered away. So I guess this is kind of trying to tell you that, I guess since the events of Phantasy Star II, Moltavia is basically reverting back to how it was in Phantasy Star I. One day there's going to be something in one of these jars. I'm studying so that I can enroll in Moltavia Academy. Hey, stop bothering me. Kids. Actually, we wanted him to keep the family farm going, but with the fields in such a state, I suppose there's no use. Well done on keeping your kitchen clean. It's a fireplace. There's no fire burning. Okay, there is another item shop. Do you have anything new? You have antidotes. We're going to buy a couple of these. That should do it for now, I think. Mailboxes. Nothing for us here. Do we get mail at some point? There's actually a way to align the maps of Phantasy Star 2 and 4 where the landmarks line up. Oh, that's really cool. You're looking for Birth Valley? Then go to a village called Zimmer. Zimmer is northeast of here, but recently it's been rumoured that there's no sign of any people. Maybe they all fled at night? Yes, fled. I heard that Zimmer has been destroyed. Someone must go and make sure. I'm too busy, so I can't go. I feel that's a bit of a thankless task, sweeping up the sand. There's a literal desert here. I don't think you're going to sweep that away somehow. I sweep and I sweep, but the sand keeps blowing. I'm sick and tired of this. It's said a strange religion is becoming popular. They say it's being spread by a man dressed in black, which I'm assuming is Zio. What did they say his name was? Oh yes, Zio. Yeah, I believe they said his name was Zio. So he's clearly making a cult of some kind, I'm assuming. It's a well, but it's dry. Maybe it is a friendly cult, you know? We just can't be sure. Okay, I do just want to check something else here, because there was another shop. I do like this guy just keeping sandworms. That you do you, dude. This is the armor store. Again, you clearly have green hair. Oh, blue. Leather helm, leather crown, leather band, leather shield. No surprise that literally everything is made of sandworm skin. Does anyone actually need any of this? You have leather crown and the leather cloth already. Yeah, it seems to be like equivalent gear to what we've got. Welcome to the weapon store. What do you need? I'm assuming Slash is probably an upgrade. Yeah, because I think she's using Boomerang at the minute, so I'm assuming Slash is an upgrade for her. And the sword is an upgrade to Chaz's 2 knives. I mean, we've got the money, we may as well just buy both. Get 2 slashes, you know why. Is that still a thing in this game? Then you can still dual wield them. Okay, so buy the sword for Chaz. Give one of Chaz's knives to Han. Okay, we'll buy the sword. I just realised actually the menu on the left actually shows you can use it. That's quite useful. Thank you, game. Okay, so I'll get Chaz with steel sword. You could even dual wield shields if you wanted to. Kind of makes me wonder how often colour palette inconsistencies occur in video games. I think I've equipped that. Yeah, steel sword. Yeah, I was gonna say, I know there's like Dark Souls players, there's like some that just dual wield shields. Okay, so now we can equip Alice with a slasher. And then the other slasher can go there. And then Han can use a dagger. I think I've done that right. Played about 10 minutes of Dark Souls, it was not for me. Yeah, I really struggled with it as well. I've only played the first one though. Apparently some of the other games are a bit more approachable in terms of the way they play. But yeah, Dark Souls 1 was not for me at all. Try out new gear. So we need to head northeast, so I guess we can go that way. I'm going to assume we can't go over the desert that's full of sandworms. That's probably not a good idea. And let's just ignore the completely ominous castle that's there. Now you're equipped to not get embarrassingly wailed on like crawlers like I was. So one question I've got here is, if I'm looking at the screen here, how do I tell whose command I'm putting in here? Like, how do I know whose turn is first? Is there a way to tell that? have to start command. Weird how the video compression did not like the village, but it's fine with the overworld. Yeah, it's probably... You get that in some games where some games just don't capture well on streams for some reason. So it's the portrait, and they'll be the only one who you see the back of the head of when you give them the commands. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure because obviously Alice's like health gauge and everything is in the center, so it made sense that she stood there. But I guess she's the only one that's appearing at the minute, so yeah, okay, that makes sense. I like to actually see her dual wielding them. And then she actually throws both at once. That's really cool. Okay, yeah, they're quite a lot stronger now. Yeah, the double throw animation is cool as hell. I really like that. Let's also, while we're here as well, let's actually do an in-game save. I'm going to assume that's where we need to go. Chaz missed again. Here we have another place. Looks a lot snazzier than Anna in Phantasy Star II, just visibly throwing one. I can't remember how they did it in 2, so in 2 was it she just did the attack animation twice? Because I know in 3 for characters like Kara, when she attacked you just see the slicer animation twice. Where in this it just seems to combine it into one attack, which is really cool. I'm assuming that it just kind of stacks the damage together as well, because only one damage number was coming up. 2 does the animation twice, okay. Well, you appear to have been turned to stone, which tracks with what happened to that guy that Zio. A guy came up when we were talking to Zio. So I'm assuming this is probably something to do with Zio. Hello, Stone Man. They've been turned into stone. Alright, team, let's have a huddle. I was hoping you would talk something about the guards turned to stone, but maybe not. With the maps aligned, certain unique items can be purchased in the same locations in Phantasy Star IV as in Phantasy Star II, although some of the town names have changed. I'm going to assume there's going to be nothing here. Well, this is awkward. Mommy said to hide here. What's going on outside? Nothing. Don't worry about it. Mummy, Daddy, wah. I saw a mean man wearing black clothes. Yeah, you just stay in the basement and just never come out, because probably not for the best. So I guess Zio somehow has the power to turn people to stone. It looks like a street stall, but It doesn't look like they're open for business. Maybe because they've been turned to stone. Just a thought. I'm going to assume I can't rest it in. It's locked from the inside. Okay, so something horrible has obviously happened in Zimmer. It just seems to be leading me towards here. Which smacks of a dungeon. Looks like they're in a rocky place. Oh, this is Birth Valley, okay. Yay, dungeons. Okay, so all these dudes are obviously congregating here as well. I think we can probably just macro, honestly. Alice just casually kills 3 of them in 1 hit. Dream on, mate. Yeah, can you actually imagine if Dark Force just jumped us at the beginning of the game? She's so good. You want to duel with slices and PSO, please? Yeah, can you imagine having like 2 Disc of Bravens? There's a shield if you backtrack and go right, okay. Carbon shield, I'm guessing. Is that worth using on anyone at the minute? Because I'm assuming that Chaz's sword is a 2-handed one. Oh, I guess looks like Han has a shield, so I guess we could upgrade Han's shield. Double knife on him is dangerous. Okay. I must macro him for now because these fights seem easy enough so far. Yeah, I think we're still okay for health for a minute. We've tried talking. I need to remember to keep doing that. Yeah, flatter plant, yeah. Yeah, I guess it probably is flutter, isn't it? I guess if you use a Japanese sound, it probably would be like frata plant. So it probably is flutter, yeah. Okay, so do turn to stone there, so I'll go the other way first. Alice is just a beast. And I'm here for it. I'm also noticing that Alice barely takes any damage at all as well. What it reminds me of is, you know that part in Final Fantasy VII where you play like younger Cloud and Sephiroth joins you, and Sephiroth just bodies everything. I mean, I know this predates FF7, but... Okay, level for Chaz. Technique Tsu has been mastered. Okay, so we said that Tsu was like Barter in 3, but now we've got What, which is Barter. So Tsu is light, Tsu is thunder. I think we had this problem in Phantasy Star II. If only there was shit boomerangs, if only. Okay, we've got a carbon suit. So Alice already has one. As does Chaz. As does Han. I guess we keep that for another character, maybe? Let's do his grants. Make a macro with those elemental spells. Try What Tsu Fui. Okay. Any order is fine. Yeah, we can try it. So, what? Tsu Fui. Sure. Yeah, Alice has it. Because of course she does. Yeah, they've definitely all still been turned to stone. Yeah, Alice has for you, yeah. Oh, Professor Holt. What on earth? An ancient curse? I can't believe someone is able to cast such a spell in this day and age. Isn't there any way to restore them? I've heard that a medicine called Alshline is able to turn stone back to flesh. Is this like a bit of a callback to Phantasy Star 1 with Odin? Kind of feels like that. Where can we find it? I heard about it some time ago in a Motavian village. But we're talking some time ago. Which Motavian village? Do it from slowest to fastest character for the best chance of being uninterrupted. Okay. Again, thanks for all the help with this as well, because this is like totally new to me, so. It's a village of Molecomb, which is far south of here. Alright then, let's get going. Let's see. If you go into Molecomb, I think I've got an idea where this is going. I'll make a deal. Just 500 Mazetta. Yeah, that is where I thought it was going. You devil. Alice just here just raking the money in. Yeah, also, yeah, thank you, game, for teleporting me out of the dungeon. Much appreciated. Okay, I do just want to try this, because we are going to wrap up in a minute, but I need to try this technique thing that we've set up. Okay, I'm just going to send it and see what happens. Try Blaster. Holy shit. Alright, that works. I'm going to assume, does that use the like the TP cost of the individual spell from each character then? You need the TP or the skill uses for it, okay. Next question, can you combine, in a macro, can you combine skills and techniques in the same macro and get special results? Because this is extremely cool. We're essentially doing compound techniques. You know, decades before PSO2. There's also combos that mix skills and techs. There's only 13 more combos, but they're pretty unique. Oh, nice. Now, that is a really cool idea. I guess the game just kind of rewards you for just experimenting with stuff and figuring things out. I really like that. So I think we'll probably call it there for today, I think. I'm very, very excited to play some more of this. Again, this playthrough is probably going to take a lot longer than the others, I think, because one, I'm not using a guide for it unless I get stuck in a dungeon. And two, I want to talk to basically everyone. So this will probably be a long playthrough. Combo damage is based on the sum of the damage and the best of the elemental vulnerability, so they're always better than using the abilities separately. Okay. Yeah, we need to open like every single cabinet in the game as well. Check every single urn. But yeah, I'm really liking it. I mean, I will say, let's just cover Phantasy Star III briefly. I actually really enjoyed it for the most part. Weakest of the series I played so far, but still holds up reasonably well. We got some really good laughs out of it as well. I think for so far, just from the little bit I've played so far, it's clear this is a massive step onwards from the other games. It kind of feels so far like Phantasy Star II with loads of quality of life improvements. And that's no shade on Phantasy Star II. I just think so far it kind of feels like 2 with a load of improvements, which is really, really good. Closest thing to this is Photon Blast stacking in PSO, I guess so, yeah? 3 just needs a better map and move speed and a bit less encounters. I'd probably agree with that, yeah. I mean, some of the writing is a little bit shaky, but I know the translation wasn't great for it. But honestly, I did have fun with 3 for the most part. I don't know if it's a game that I would play through again anytime soon, but I'm glad I have played through it. And I'll probably watch YouTube endings for the other endings of it. But yeah, 4 I'm really looking forward to continuing with, and we'll just do this every Wednesday until we've got through it. So on Sunday, we'll probably be doing PSO on Sunday, because I think it'll be rare drop week on PSO. We are getting very close to PSO anniversary as well, hopefully, so you know, expect a lot of PSO on the weekends for the next few weeks, especially once the anniversary starts. But the midweek stream will always be Phantasy Star IV, because I'm very, very excited to play more of this. 3's in most need of a remake. I'd agree with that, yeah. Yeah, again as well, thank you for all the help in chat, particularly with 4, with getting my bearings with it. But yeah, we will continue this next Wednesday. If you have enjoyed the stream, as usual, consider liking, subscribing, join as a member if you want to. You can also follow on X or Bluesky, and we have a Discord you can join as well, which should be in the description. It should be underneath the video player on Twitch as well. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed the stream. More Phantasy Star IV next Wednesday, PSO on Sunday. And I'll see you guys on, well, Saturday for the Discord call, and then Sunday for some PSO. So whatever you're doing, have a good week, and I'll see you then. Well, thanks, Nemu. Yeah, 3's done now. We can breathe easy now. See you guys.